Hey everyone and welcome back. With the introduction of the Cayo Perico DLC, it has brought like a new way to make money in GTA Online. I mean, we can even say that this is like a dream come true for all the solo players or the solo grinders out there, because you can literally make upwards of 1.4 to 1.8 million dollars, and I'm not kidding. You can actually make such numbers in just 1 hour or maximum of 1.5 hours. It is that easy and simple, and you guys can literally mint money from this heist. It is absolutely one of the best things Rockstar has added in the recent days. I mean, yes, it has got, some ups and downs, some of the flaws like the indestructible plans and all, but the payout is kind of good compared to all the previous DLCs. Now, cutting all these nonsense talks, I'll just get started on with the video and right away get to the important topics of this particular video. That is the guide for the heist. So, in this video, I'll be talking about some of the important tips, tricks, easy methods, some of the ways to skip missions, save a ton of time, and how to be efficient in doing these prep works and all those stuffs. So all of these stuffs will be discussed on in this video. So moving on to the beginning, to all those players, starting out, the usual stuffs, you just gotta visit the music locker, go through the intro, and you gotta purchase the submarine in order to start the heist. You literally don't have to spend any money on the upgrades or these customizations, all those stuff. All you got to do is just get the submarine itself. You don't need the sonar, you don't need the guided missiles, you don't need any of those other stuffs like the weapon workshop or any of the other stuffs. Just the $2.2 million required for the submarine, that's pretty much it. I mean, the heist doesn't require you to have any other stuffs that comes along with the submarine, guys. So it's literally no point wasting more money on these stuffs. Instead, I would recommend, save all that money you would unnecessarily waste on these stuffs and get the Sparrow. That is one of the moon pool vehicles that comes along with the submarine, and trust me on this, it is one of the best purchases you can make in GTA Online in terms of grinding this particular heist. Or even if you just want to use it in free roam, it is still one of the best ones. I mean, the Buzzard was the best like for all the purposes till date, and this just got released and it has actually overtaken the Buzzard. I've literally not been using the Buzzard like in a long time now, but this has come into use like 24/7 whenever I play this game. And along with the Sparrow, just get the missile upgrade options, as it's gonna be coming in real handy for you for all these prep works and all those other stuffs. It's a worthy purchase, guys. But if you're short on money, don't need to worry too much. If you have a Mark II, even that can be used, or if you don't even have that, you can just use the Buzzard and just grind these heists and make money to get yourself the Sparrow, guys. It's really a very good purchase and you'll never regret purchasing this thing. Next, with the submarine itself, well, there's also this fast travel feature which allows you to travel from one place to another like instantly, like in about just say 10 seconds or so. You can go from the bottom section of the map to the top section of the map in just about 10 seconds. That's a really good feature for doing these prep works, because this is going to be scattered all across the map, be it the top of the map or even at the bottom of the map. So this feature is going to be really handy to you. Don't think that it is going to be costing like $10,000. Once you complete the heist, the cost of this is going to be reduced to just $2,000. So invest money in the initial stages. It is going to save you a lot of time. Time is money in GTA Online, so don't waste around doing stupid stuffs and wasting a lot of it. Instead, be more efficient and make money in the initial stages. And also for the location of the submarine where you're going to be placing it, the best position I have found is the Vespucci Beach, as majority of the work takes place there. But the best thing is that you can actually return the submarine to storage once you start up the heist. And if the location is on the other side of the map, say you're going from west side to the east side of the map like the Diamond Casino, then you can literally return the submarine to storage. And once you're near to the casino, you can request it and the submarine will spawn closer to you. You'll be saving a lot of time in traveling again back to the same location. So I do this like all the times whenever the markers or the destination is far away from that particular area. So this is going to be saving a lot of time, guys. All these simple tasks is going to be adding up to you in the long run, and they will cost you a lot of time, which you can save if you're being more efficient in these stuffs. So that's literally everything about the submarine. You don't need to bother about other stuff if you're just going to be using it for grinding. So yeah, pretty much sums up the whole thing about submarine. Next, moving on to the heist in itself. Well, the first heist is going to be the same for like literally every player. The primary target is going to be the madrasophiles, and the secondary targets, it's going to be varying into the other usual stuffs like the coke, meth, cash, and art. So once you complete the heist for the first time, the madrasophiles is going to be removed, and you'll be having the rest of the other stuff, that is going to be the tequila, the ruby necklace, the pink diamond, and also the panther statue. The panther statue is going to be very rare, just like the diamonds in the casino, so you don't usually get these until and unless Rockstar puts them for particular weeks. I mean, I'll be talking about more of this in a short while, but for now, you don't need to worry too much about this. You just start grinding the heist and make money. And with the scoping out missions, the one where you gotta go to the island and scope out stars, a few tips I can give you is that don't try to roam around the whole map trying to locate each and everything. I'll tell you right away the ones that I found very useful in the past week of playing these heists. The major ones was the guard uniform and also the cargo truck that spawns on the island. These two will help you to get across the map in front of the guards, and also gives you access into the compound. Until and unless you're doing the infiltration through the submarine, you don't need to worry about all these stuffs. Just scope out the primary target, then scope out the secondary targets, and just move on. Simple as that. You don't need to worry too much about the other stuffs. But if you're going through the other ways, like if you're coming through the runway infiltration, that is through the Vellum aircraft, then these stuffs is going to be coming in real handy for you. Getting the uniform right in the beginning itself, you can go past guards unnoticed. So you can literally take your time, loot as much as you want, well actually until your bag fills up, and then move on to the primary target. And also, I'll be sharing a map with all of the locations of all these items like the grappling hooks or those guard clothes and all those stuff. This is a very highly detailed map that I have personally come across till date, and it has helped me too. It is also a high resolution image, so I'll be leaving the link to that original post in the description. You can just download it on your phone and use it as a reference when you go for scoping out the island. It is going to be really helpful for you in these scoping out missions. Next, talking about the secondary targets itself, well, like I said earlier, there's like few options. That is the gold, which until and unless you have like 2 players or more, you can't have access to that thing. So it is utterly useless if you're a solo player. And also the difference is not too much, just about like 50,000 more. So just ignore that. The next and the best thing for solo players is the coke. This is going to be paying you almost $440,000. So that is a good deal for secondary targets. The second best is the paintings, but this is more like limited into the El Rubio's compound. Instead, if you don't have the option for the coke, just go for weed. But I would highly suggest going for the coke like literally all the times. That is going to be worth all the amount of work you'll be putting into this heist. And also here is a detailed chart about all the payouts and all the weight and the capacity you can carry. It is a very detailed one. Credits to the original creator of this. I mean, really good info for all those looking forward to knowing more about these stuffs. So now let's move on to the prep missions. The first one in the prep missions is the approach vehicles. Like I talked about earlier, the Kosatka is going to be the best approach and also one of the easiest prep works, as you just need to steal like a sonar from a submarine. That's literally it. And with the submarine, you get access to the compound like right in the beginning stages itself. So you can loot the primary target first and then move on to the secondary targets and finish up the heist. And also you can actually consider the long fin one too. The prep mission for this too is actually very easy. Once you start the mission, the game is going to tell you to go to a certain location and collect the boat. But once you get to the location, the game also tells you to go to another location in order to pick up a truck. So one tip here is, if you already have the Phantom Wedge, you can actually call it in and just use that vehicle. If in case you don't have the Phantom Wedge, what you can do is, if a random truck spawns right nearby in that particular area, just steal the truck and take the boat and start driving. In order to lose the cops, just die yourself and the cops will be gone. That's literally it. The prep mission is that very simple, guys. Next, with the Kosatka prep mission, this too is actually really easy. For this mission, it is going to be spawning somewhere on the top section of the map, and if you're on the bottom section, just like I said earlier, use the fast travel feature and get over to that location. Once you spawn into that particular location, start driving the submarine and drive it towards the enemy submarine location. Why I say this is because there's gonna be like enemy boats and also helicopters that will be in that present location, and they will start shooting at you the moment they see you. So the best thing is to park your submarine right next to the enemy submarine. This way there's gonna be just about like 50 meters distance, and you can just go to the marker in about 30 seconds or so. Very easy method. And once you're on the inside, instead of taking the right door, go towards the left door, and that is the floor where the sonar thing is going to be located. I mean, usually that is the place I have actually got all these times, so you don't have to waste much time roaming around the submarine trying to figure out where that particular thing is. And once you pick up the item, just head out backside, and as you can see now, this is the very reason we park it right next to that enemy submarine. Just about 50 meters, we get back into a submarine and the heist prep work is complete. Very simple, easy, and very less time consuming. You can also actually consider the Velum aircraft one, if in case the secondary targets are right near the runway area, like in one of the gameplays which I showed earlier. That way it's going to be helping a lot. You can actually get the secondary loot right in the beginning and change into the guard's uniform and get access into the compounds very easily. That too is going to be really helpful. I too have done that approach like 2 to 3 times now. Next, moving on to the equipment prep missions. The first one I'll tell you right away, the demolition charges, just ignore this. You don't actually even need this. Instead of this, just get the cutting torch, guys. The demolition charges can be optional, so just ignore this right away. It's not worth it. Just get the cutting torch, and for this, the easy method, well, there's going to be a construction hard helmet, and if you wear that, the guards or those NPCs, they won't do anything. But if you go around without wearing that helmet, the guards there will start attacking you, and also attacking NPCs in cars will be spawning in that particular area. So best is to just wear the helmet and get the cutting torch without getting noticed. Next we have the Fingerprint cloner, which is the warehouse and the archives mission. So for this, when you visit the warehouse, the best thing I suggest you to do is shut off the power to the cameras. I mean, you can go like all out and loud, but instead, why take the risk? Just shut off the power and the guards won't be aware of you. And once you get inside, just take out the grenade and use it, and all of those 4 NPCs will be dead in no time. Very easy. Don't start shooting because there's like 4 players and they will shoot you back, so it's not worth going in like a stealth way. Next, when you locate the archives, just take out the cameras outside, as doing so will not get the enemies to spawn when you finish and exit the archives. If you do not take out the cameras, this will actually alert the enemies, and once you exit the archives, there will be enemies waiting for you. So just a simple task before you enter, take out the cameras and get inside. Next, with the plasma cutter and the casino safe codes. Well, these two will actually alternate depending on the primary target you guys get in the scoping out missions. So for the plasma cutter, this is actually going to be easy. So after you visit the warehouse where the enemies used to be present and take a picture of the planning board, just call up a buzzard, a Mark II, or even the Sparrow and start flying to the location. The reason I suggest you to do this is because there's going to be a lot of enemies, and also attacking NPCs in vehicles are going to be spawning. There's going to be like a total of 6 cars that's going to be spawning, and they will start shooting you. So the best is to stay in the air and shoot missiles at them. This way you won't take damage or die in the process. And once you take out all of the enemies, just collect the package and deliver it back to the submarine. Finally, with the casino safe code, well, for this too, I would suggest using an air vehicle, because once you finish the task, the cops are going to be spawning. So use an air vehicle and park the vehicle right at the casino parking entrance, because that is where you'll be spawning after you complete the mission. And once you go inside, just take out the 2 guards that's going to be at the door and try to do it, silently. The reason is you won't alert anyone on the inside and they won't start shooting at you the moment you go in. As you can see here, you can take your time, find the person, and when you find him, you can start shooting. This way you can actually go in peacefully without having to get shot at right in the beginning itself. So that's with the casino safe code. And like I said, once you exit back outside, as you can see, you'll be spawning in this particular location. If you have the air vehicle right there, you can just get in and start flying away. That's the easiest way you can do this prep mission, guys. Next, moving on to the weapons loadout. I personally, would suggest the Conspirator. This is by far the best loadout that I personally, have used and suggest to everyone. The reason for this is you are going to be getting the sticky bombs. I'll literally show it to you right away why this is going to be really handy in the heist. As you can see here, with this Conspirator weapon loadout, you get like 5 sticky bombs. Use the damn sticky bombs on the El Rubio's helicopter and do not explode it right away. I repeat, do not blow them up right away. Just get on the vehicle and move on with your heist. And once you hear Pavel saying that El Rubio has got on his helicopter, and the moment he finishes the sentence, blow up the sticky bombs. And here you can see in the video clip, you can actually see the bombs on the helicopter blowing up, and instantly El Rubio is going to turn back. He is not going to continue. This way it is going to give you a ton of time to continue looting all those secondary loots that you had peacefully without having any disturbance or any shootouts from El Rubio's helicopter. This is going to be a good bonus for you guys. This is the reason I suggest the Conspirator weapon loadout. I mean, you can go with the crack shot that gives you a sniper and the AP pistol, but I have been using this right from the beginning and I literally don't have the need for any other weapon. So as per my personal suggestion, this is the best one for you. Until and unless you have the purpose for the crack shot, it's totally up to you. And another tip with the weapon loadouts is that always purchase the suppressor. And the bad thing is that every time you do the heist, you need to purchase the suppressor, guys. It's not like once you purchase this, it's going to be there like all the times. Every single time you do the heist, you need to purchase this thing. So yeah, that's kind of a drawback, but that's how they have made the game. Next, with the prep missions of the weapons loadout, if you get the office buildings, this is going to be very easy. You just need to land on the roof, carry on with the mission, collect the weapons, and head back through the exact same way, that is through the roof. The reason for this is that a lot of enemy NPCs are going to spawn on the map. So if you're on the ground, they're going to be spawning in these cars. So if you're in the air, you actually get time to get in the heli and start flying away. If you get the Merryweather mission, where you got to follow the Valkyrie to the location, you don't need to, break your head with this mission, guys. It is very much similar to the CEO Crates mission, where you can actually make out the direction the helicopter is going. So in this case, there's going to be like 3 locations where the Valkyrie is going to be going to. So I'll be showing the locations right now, and here you can see these are the 3 locations. You don't actually need to follow the Valkyrie. Once the Valkyrie starts flying, just open up the map, check out which direction the Valkyrie is flying towards, and once you make it out, just fly out to that location and start taking out the enemies. As you can see in the video, I went on to that location even before the Valkyrie got there and took out all the enemies there. And once you do that, just wait for the Valkyrie to get to that location, and 2 of the NPCs are going to exit the vehicle. After that, and once you get the notification from Pavel, that is when you blow up that vehicle. Do not blow it up before, as doing so will actually fail the mission. Do not do that. It's going to waste all the time you put into that thing. So once you take out all the enemies, just go inside, and for this too, it's literally the same way. Just take out the grenade and throw one into the center. Doing this will take out the 2 enemies inside. You don't need to take out your rifle and start shooting. Just do this simple trick and you'll be done in no time. Simple methods, and that's how you complete these things. Next, we have the disruption missions. I mean, these are optional, but these will actually help you if you get noticed during the heist. There are like 3 of them, that is the weapons, the armor, and the helicopter backup. And the ones that I would suggest you to do is the weapons and the helicopter backup, guys. Well, if you're going to be headshotting these NPCs, it doesn't matter much. But the weapons and the helicopter backup, this is going to be playing a crucial role in the game, as if you get noticed, the weapons is the first thing that's going to be causing you a lot of damage. So the weapons, I would suggest, doing this if you're going to be getting noticed, if you're sure on that. But the heli backup thing, you can actually, ignore that. And also, if you all are not aware of this thing, there's actually a simple trick to skip these things. And by skip, I mean fast forward these missions. And how to do them? It is actually very simple. Just start up the disruption missions and find a new session. Simple as that. I mean, it can't get any easier than this, right? You can actually do this for all of these 3 disruption missions. Just start them up, find a new session, and you'll be done. All 3 of them will be completed as you can see right on the video. So a simple and a very easy way to complete this. I am pretty sure Rockstar will probably patch this up in the upcoming days, but make the best use of it while it lasts. And also another important tip that I would like to give you all is always do the cutting powder objective when scoping out the island. There's going to be like just 3 locations to find these cutting powder. There's going to be just 2 water tanks to contaminate, and once you find them, just contaminate the water tank, guys. Always do this, as it's going to help you like greatly if in case you alert the enemies. I mean, the aiming of these NPCs are going to be greatly affected by this cutting powder. They're going to be missing a lot of shots, so you won't take much damage. Also, you lose less products that you're carrying in the bag. So definitely consider doing these, guys. And also an important alert that I would like to give you all is that there's a major glitch, or I can say an intentional bug, more like a trap. I mean, I'm stressing this thing. It's literally a trap. Do not accept if the game tells you to contaminate the water when you're on the ground floor. This will glitch the character and kill you instantly. Always climb to the top and contaminate the tank. Do not ever accept it when the game tells you to contaminate when you're at the ground level, guys. Don't ever do that. So all of these stuffs, these will be covering the first times, and moving on to the second time and beyond. You also get the option for doing the heist in the hard mode, and for this you actually need to start up the heist right after Pavel calls you that the next heist is actually ready. You just need to get back to the submarine and start it up right away. You actually have a time period of 48 minutes in real time to start up the next heist. Doing so will start the heist in hard mode, and you don't need to complete the whole heist right away. You just need to start it up, complete the scope out mission, and you can get back and complete the heist whenever you want. The game actually mentions that it's going to be starting up in hard mode, and also the planning board is going to turn from orange to red. So that is the confirmation. The benefits of doing the heist in hard mode is that you get like 10% bonus on the primary targets, and there's not going to be any extra lives, and also there's going to be an additional 1 extra fingerprint task that you're going to be doing in the office or in the underground basement. So that is with the hard mode for this heist. And regarding the primary targets, you also get the option to change the primary targets, guys. Once you finish the scoping out, and if you find something like tequila, and also if you don't find any of the coke, you can actually change the mission. Once you come back to the mainland, just call up Pavel and cancel the heist. You can right away get back to the submarine and start up the next heist. This way you actually will be changing the primary target. And also this is the very reason why you need to scope out the primary targets first before you go around scoping for the secondary targets and the other stuffs. This way you'll be saving a lot of time. Why I say this is because if you're going to spend all the time trying to scope out all the secondary targets, and then when you get to scope out the primary target, and if you find something like the tequila or something, it's going to be a waste of time, right? So that's with the primary targets and the option to change it. Next, moving on to the hacking tips, with the first one being the Voltlab hack, that is for the scoping of the primary targets. And for this, the easiest and the best tip that I can give you is that with the symbols, with the first one being the circle with a line in the middle, that is going to be the same value. That is like multiplying with whatever digit you have with 1. The second one is like a horizontal line with 2 vertical lines on it. That is going to be multiplying the digits with the value of 2. And the final one, which is the X mark, that is going to be multiplying the digits with the value of 10, guys. So this is the easiest way you can make out and solve these hackings. It's actually very easy once you get the hang of this. It's just a little work to your brains. I mean, come on, make use of those smart brains for once. So that's with the hacking of this Voltlab hack. Next, with the fingerprint hack, this too is actually very simple, guys. Once you get a hang of this, it's going to be like a piece of cake. I mean, trust me, it is actually that simple. Just start from the top and count downwards, starting from 1 to 8. And while doing the same, start arranging them to the numbers accordingly. It is very easy once you get a hang of it. Just check the top and the bottom ones and start arranging those. The bottom ones usually don't change much. In the past 6 to 7 times I've tried the heist, the majority of the bottom ones is going to be staying the same, guys. So you don't have to break your head with this thing. It's pretty easy actually. And finally, moving on to the heist finale. Well, for this, you can actually go just about any way you like and take as much time as you want, as there's no time limit for this thing. And also it's going to be based on the loot that you have scoped out, as it's going to be different for like everyone in this game. It's not going to be the same places every time you scope out, so it's going to be varying from player to player and every single time you do these heists. And for the inside of the compound, I would suggest you try to get the keys to the gates by taking out the guards, as it will save time in either in entering or exiting the basement. This is going to be saving you a little bit of time, if you're doing the elite challenge and stuff. And if you're not interested in the secondary loot or already got them, then you can actually, just take a right turn and dive right into the water, exiting the compound, and just start swimming. Once you go far away from the island, the game will complete and you will be done with the heist. So like I said earlier, you can literally complete the finale like any way you want, guys. It's totally up to you. There's like many of these infiltration ways and all those stuffs. So it's totally up to the personal preferences, how you want to be doing these heists and all. If you're a new player or if you're worried about, alerting the enemies and all, you can take as much time as you want. Or if you're someone that wants to complete the heist very quickly and get the elite challenge and all, you can do quickly as well, if you're good at them. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. I try to sum up everything, all the tips, tricks, easy methods, and literally everything into this video. If I have missed out anything, let us all know down in the comments. Or if you guys happen to know any of the easy methods, tips, or any of those tricks, make sure to comment it down below. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you all liked the video. If you did, drop the video a like and also subscribe if you're new to the channel. And with that, I'll be heading out. Thank you all and have a good day.